Hello, Polytopians. Thanks for tuning into the Polytopian Times. I'm your host, Sam, and today I'm joined by none other than Tan11pan, who is the showcase of this very special, fun multiplayer game we have with a whole bunch of people. Thanks for joining us, Tan.
Thanks for having me, Sam.
Absolutely exciting to have you here. And I think that's enough holding up. Let's continue to watch what's going on here. So, it's the start of this FFA. Feel free to tell us how things are going.
I think at this point everybody's just leveling up their cities.
Yeah,
This is my city.
yeah. We can go back a second. Let's take a quick, deeper second look at what Tan's got going on here. Not bad. Nice early lineup for a village fresh off bat here.
Yeah. So what I do is
Double.
I build a road and then I build a warriors and then the two warriors can use the same road.
Yes, yeah. And that
Yeah.
that lets you expand about as fast as Umaji, but you're also prepping up your economy too, right?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you want to connect your city, they're just like one road away. So
Right.
that's good for eco too.
Yeah, and honestly, early reinforcements if you wind up in combat.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta love when that works out. And we can see our Cymanti players don't have necessarily the best start. Looks like Yin's doing okay. He's off in a corner, but I don't know. There's a decent amount of water where he is. I think so far it looks like you and Detective Dumb might have the best starts. Our other Cymanti player is much too close, and this is a bad spot in between Detective Dumb and you. That was Stranger 2, I want to say.
Yeah, that is Stranger too.
Yep, and here we have Viz here as Bardur. He's pushing hard towards Yin, who
Yin. Yeah.
has not getting that second village if he is going to try and do it with hexes. And then you're doing a real good job expanding so far. I think you had the best economy at this point in the game. Now, end of this turn, I believe you had 10 stars. Yep, 10
Yeah.
stars per turn. That was solid. And everybody else, quick check. We've got 6 stars here with Detective Dumb, our other Yad player, who's definitely doing his best. It's just spawning in the middle is the worst place to be, really.
Yeah. I mean, there's a yeah. I guess corners are best spawn points. I feel like.
Yeah, hands down. Like it just doesn't work out nicely otherwise.
Yeah, especially in FFAs, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can see Viz is just pushing hard on Yin early on. Meanwhile, you are pushing hard on Stranger 2, who's unfortunately just in the worst place possible because Detective Dumb is also going hard on Stranger 2 here.
Yeah. A two frontal war is the worst thing which can happen to you early game because I mean you have low eco and low soldiers too, so
yeah, you really don't have a chance to do much of anything. And he can't even get that second city safely because gonna have troops moving right on in turn after. Although I guess he not mind bend them, but we got pressure from the other direction from you.
yeah, that valiant shaman is just capturing that city. What a
Yeah,
brave man. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a solid move you're doing. I know Viz over here is even having trouble. Our Bardur player, and that's like the best tribe in the game right now. He's just been stuck in an early fight with both Detective Dumb and with Yin from the get. So he's been aggro a hold, hasn't had much chance to develop his economy. Meanwhile, Detective Dumb is, although stuck in the middle, definitely eating up some space and pressuring Stranger 2 quite a bit. And there we go. We see Viz finally getting that second village one Yin was trying for. Yeah. And now he knows that you're over here somewhere. So getting a couple extra
Yeah.
Stars. Yeah.
So I can't sneak up on him now.
Yes. And this is my favorite part about Yin's strategy. And it doesn't get better than this. Down to just one city. There's only one way to respond to this. Oh, we went back a bit too far. A little misleading. That's all right. We'll just pause in a second. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. All right, folks. A Dumux. You got one city, nothing else. We're gonna do some boosted Dumux. This is peak Cymanti right here.
This is what it's all about. This
Yes.
is the game at its finest.
You need nothing else than Dumux from the start. Fantastic. Well, we've already seen a capital fall. Stranger 2 unfortunately just couldn't do both you and Detective Dumb, and that was well played. Of course,
Yeah, he
these
didn't expect
fungi.
me to get that because he only had like 3 tiles of vision on me, and on those 3 tiles, I
Ah,
had none of my units there.
yeah. Yeah, it came out of the fog at him. And then
Yeah,
he
and that
doesn't
hexapod was so juicy, you know. I mean, he's just standing there on his last city, and
yeah,
have warriors. Ah, so juicy.
he's so lucky that there was that one choke point.
Yeah,
Well, here we are. This is just continuing to punish Yin for going hard with Dumux and finally expanding in the south.
he missed
And
that city in the south, which is so hilarious. I mean, you're going Dumaxes, but you can't go exploring, which is
yeah,
crazy. Yeah,
it's a mess. And then Ticnio standing with just one health. That's unfortunate, but I mean, bound to happen. Detective Gums, he's just getting a little
he
lucky
just
there.
swipes in.
Yeah,
That was so annoying.
yeah. I mean, he's getting this is probably his favorite lucky turn right now because he's got some expansion opportunities. Things are looking up. You know, if only
Yeah.
it stayed that way.
Oh, the chop.
Oh yeah. Viz going hard on the chop rush, but not a lot of other options right now for him. Poor guy. He's just getting hammered now by boosted Dumux nonstop. But to be fair, Yin's also surrounded. I think at this point he's made an alliance with you, which is the only reason
Oh
you're not.
yeah.
Yeah.
What happened here was I owed him a favor in real life, so he cashed in that favor for a few more turns to live, it seems.
Yeah, I hope he makes the most out of them.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm just piling up my riders and warriors just just in case
Yeah,
his Doomuxes get some funny ideas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprise in a turn or two here.
Yeah, because this isn't diplomacy, I could be backstabbed any second.
Yeah. There's nothing holding him on to actually sticking with that alliance.
Yeah.
But that's a level of trust right there, putting a Faichi in a city. Oh,
Genius.
yes. And those fungi cause problems for the rest of the game and in all of the Cymanti cities where they got put up.
That fight was that was so tempting, I was genuinely contemplating just hitting him.
Yeah, you're gonna do it eventually, so why not now, right?
Yeah.
And here we are, Detective Dumb's expanding out to his furthest, and it sucks. This is the worst
Yeah,
case scenario.
this is rough.
Yeah. Just a
Yeah,
little peninsula of death.
that's just that's unfortunately 1 star less you're gonna get for every turn.
Yeah, and that's just permanently it.
Yeah, that's just painful.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
are you gonna do though? And here we start to see Detective Dumb crumble. Viz is using his sword very expertly here. But meanwhile, Yin's finally pushing out and trying to take some land, any land. I don't know how he's missed this village, but I can see it. You can see it at this
Yeah,
point. We'll take it.
I was so surprised.
Yeah, at this
Yeah.
point, your economy's far beyond anyone else. I think you're at 22 stars per turn right now.
Yeah, what I try is I aim for a double stars per turn than my turn number. So if my turn is
Hmm.
11, then I aim for 22 or higher.
Well, that's smart. Good goals to have all around. I mean, it really served you well. I mean, looking at poor Detective Dumb here, he's got 4 cities. Unfortunately, one's under siege. I know he'd have more than +9, but even then, you're talking what +12, maybe +14 at most. Um,
Yeah,
Fizz is
that
here with
veteran
plus
sword
eight.
was really useful, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, that really worked out. Honestly, I think that vet sword is the reason Detective Dumb started to grumble.
Yeah.
And here we see Yin's absolute insanity somehow result in the conquest of a city. It's like watching the War of the Triple Alliance. Oh, ever turning up the economy lever further. There we go with our first giant and that first monument coming out. Or is this? Oh no, sorry, you had this couple of turns back actually.
Yeah. that city was really, I mean, it didn't have any resources. So I mean, I had to use monuments to just, get in on par with everybody else.
The only way. But I mean, if it works, then ain't no reason to question it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tiknio was a really vital city because I mean, it's just one channel, and
Mm.
if you build a city wall there, it's just basically I'm not allowing them to pass.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
near unassailable. That was the
Yeah.
perfect choke point. And of course, we see although Detective Dumb did try and push back and reclaim Shikmari, he wasn't able to keep it against the rider spam, and Viz is going to be taking that city for himself. And he's got a whole bunch of open, unexplored land just to his east, so there's more expansion prospects. Meanwhile, Yin might actually be a threat here. I'm assuming that alliance isn't going to hold forever, though.
No.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, I
speaking
was
of,
planning to betray him this turn, but then I saw that Dumux and I, I thought to myself, nah, maybe later. Maybe when
yeah,
he's done, like blowing it up, maybe then.
yeah, no need to go hard with it now. Now
Yeah.
Yin is in a very fun spot. He's going to have to throw that Dumux at his capital, and that leaves him open elsewhere. Man, Viz, in the meanwhile, is on his ascent of power. He's just going to be claiming city after city. Detective Dumb, unfortunately, doesn't have any way to hold him back at the moment. No way to counter any of this. And the rider spam is just gonna flow from the south. And there we go. We've got another
The
level up on
betrayal.
Gorlak. Can you imagine if Yin had actually managed to get himself a centipede?
That would have been wow, that would have changed the game completely. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I guess he could have just turned around and started eating Viz, made himself a secure corner to fight out from.
Yeah.
Instead, he just leaves the Dumux and Gorklak and sits around. Well, talking about economy growth, we are at 38 stars per turn now. And I mean, sincerely, Detective Dumb's not really much of a threat. He's almost out of the game. Same with Yin. So it's really just down to you and Viz at the moment. I mean, we're
Yeah.
looking at score. Viz has only got 13 stars per turn right now versus what, 39?
Yeah. I mean, at first you wouldn't think that Viz would, win against Detective, but Veteran Sword was so unlucky.
Yeah, it really, really was. But that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Those ruins
Though
can make all
considering
the
that
diff.
Detective is resisting quite well, I have to say.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's in a really, really bad spot. Of course, that spot's not gonna last much longer. He's down to just one city now. I mean, I guess he could kill all the units around Burke and save the city that way, but I don't think
Yeah.
I have to double check, but I don't think he does.
He should have gone for swords, I feel like.
Mm,
Because that is a perfect counter to riders.
absolutely. If you're getting spammed, or I mean, I guess even if you have no other option, defenders in option, it's not great, but whatever will soak up some damage and live a little longer.
Yeah. Defenders are more short term. So, I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
push an assault with them.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
true. They're static. Once you got them out, they're only going to be able to kill like a weakened archer at best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. Absolutely.
And I'm trying to get some archers up to that choke point so that I can damage any unit which comes onto that farmland. Which is,
Very smart.
yeah.
Now, a fun unintended side effect of this was you killed off one of the enough of the warrior presence that Detective Dumb did have around his capital, prepped up to try and kill the warrior that was going to take it to allow Viz to get through and hold on.
Yeah.
Unforeseen consequences there. But yeah, I gotta say, it was overall just a beautiful masterstroke. The best part is Viz right now doesn't know that there's a city over here.
Yeah.
Of course, he sees that you're going to get into Gorklak, and he doesn't want to lose that city. So I
Yeah, that is
believe,
a key city. I mean, if I get that city, it's a good stronghold to his capital.
Oh, absolutely. And now Viz is
Yeah,
finally pushing up in terms of economy at what, 30 stars per turn? Not bad.
yeah.
So here we are. We can see the final ascent of economy and the final collapse of the other empires. I mean, poor Yin's just sitting here getting tussled over like
Collapse of the Tumux Empire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then well, it's not long for Detective Dumb one way or the other, but he has been discovered all around. So
Yeah, and I think I got smithery this turn, so I think this is where the tables finally start to turn. Well, not completely, but I mean, at least in a military point of view.
yeah, yeah, there's not a lot you can do at that point.
Yeah,
Now Viz is showing up in force to try and make sure he actually gets that city, and I'll blame him. He's definitely doing better than in prior turns. And at this moment, this is as close as it's got. You've got 45 stars per turn, he has 30, so
yeah,
it's not a huge difference.
that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, you did some very skillful plays. Yep, this was the turn where you embarked. You got to see before anyone else and a customs
And a
house
customs
complex up.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they helped me a lot. I mean, I doubt I'd win without them because Wiz is better than me. I'll say
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
definitely a very experienced player, but I think
abs-
you had both skill and luck in this particular round.
oh yeah, I had luck, a lot of it. Yeah.
Can definitely make all the difference in the world. Now, I believe this is finally the turn where Yin stops existing.
He's still alive. I mean, which is he came in third. Oh, no, he came in fourth.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
Detective Dumb just outdid him. And I mean, we can see both of you are actually out to sea at the same turn, but one of you has a customs house, like you said. That did make all the difference in the world. And then getting up swords, another huge bonus along with the walls, because makes it darn near unassailable here, especially with archer support and this fleet about to embark. And I mean, we all know that's about to be a giant battleship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have upgraded that to a ship, honestly, because a
Oh
giant in
yeah.
a boat is basically
Yeah, that's a floating target. Number one thing to go after. But I gotta say again, even the economy building up, it's constant and steady. It's not just like, oh, I'm only going customs houses or stuff. It's wherever is reasonable to get a little extra start income going. I mean, you're at 59 stars per turn now, which is impressive. Meanwhile, your opponent, Viz, who at this point has the other half of the map, has only got 35 stars per turn. And let's take a quick look at the game stats here. I mean, so it's not super different. He's only about 1,000 something points below you, maybe 1,500 in total. And you guys have got a close amount of cities here. So, I mean, the
yeah.
difference is most pronounced in the income, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same amount of cities, but thing is like most of my cities are developed. So
Yes, yeah. And I
yeah,
did notice Viz was starting to pump out some level ups and start farming giants around his cities. No customs houses though. And I mean, at this point, the gap's really close. This is just 1,000 points now.
yeah,
Actually, we'll wait. Let's check right at the end of this turn after he's made a couple more moves. And he was doing quite a bit here in the water. I gotta see though. Yeah, yeah. 94.75. It's closing down. I remember at some point it was 10 grand to 10 grand exactly. I just want to capture that moment if I can.
yeah. Hmm.
Anywho, at this point, once you've got navigation and we've got two giant ships about to be giant battleships, Lord knows. Beautiful though.
This
There
is
we
the
go.
first game where I actually tried out archers for a change,
Oh yeah.
because of all the choke points, and they were really
Mm.
useful.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're absolutely right about that. You got two perfect spots to just line up with archers and rain down fire,
Yeah,
and it made a
Li-
big difference.
line up with archers and hope a knight doesn't delete my army. Your standard Polytopia gameplay.
Yeah, the usual. Try and win the war of attrition, hopefully. I mean, see, Viz is here pumping up his star. He's up at 45 stars per turn now, which is well, darn near his peak. And he's realizing that you're out here. He's got a giant boat, but he didn't upgrade it, even though he knows you have a giant ship right here. Although, layering on what fire he can on, it's not a bad idea. It's just surprising that he'd leave this exposed. And that was a beautiful play, making a giant battleship to wreck this and make sure it doesn't have a chance to be really effective. Meanwhile, your archers and warriors, everything's just killing these guys, and a mindbender ready to change the giant spam coming this way. I mean, really masterful
Yeah.
strokes here.
So the reason I made the Mindbender was because he has giants coming this way, and I thought that he didn't have any vision here, so I thought I would just troll him.
Yeah, it's perfect. You just wander right on into your inevitable doom. One of those absolute rage moments.
Yeah, because giant conversion is one of the, if not the best things you can do in the game.
Oh yeah, hands down. I mean, the best
Yeah.
troll for sure. And I mean, you sure you're not Polaris, who has unlimited fun with that, but still. Also, an interesting call landing the giant over here. I mean, yes, better than leaving it embarked, but I mean, really low
Yeah.
health. It would have been almost better to try and rush him back here to heal in his own territory.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, but I mean, that is what it is. You make your bed and you sleep in it. Meanwhile, we've got Mindbender spam coming out, and he doesn't have any response to that, really. I mean, he's got one battleship in the region, but everything else is
Yeah.
getting hammered so hard.
I mean, whenever Mindbenders come into the front line, it's really awkward because I want to step there, but I can't. Ah, stupid man.
Right. And then
Yeah.
like they attract enemy fire. Like you have to attack him when you see him.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah,
that
I
was
needed
perfect.
that battleship occupied.
Yeah, really need him to not be coming at you elsewhere. Of course, this thing's not long for this world.
Yeah. Now my units have started pouring out from Tick Neo.
Yes, yeah. And that's gonna be a problem because we've got swords coming in here around Burke and Extra, and they don't really have anything they can do to stop you.
Yeah. And that one archer in Arc Bear is that helped me, just get a bit more damage than I
Yeah,
usually could. Yeah.
yeah, ran it across the channel here. That's perfect. This is the in-game representation of the English channel. Sorry, French.
Yeah.
Longbow. Gorgeous. And there we go, strategies. So you can start farming out some defenders into boats instead of just warriors and giants. Although impressive, this non-stop giant battleship fleet over here. Like, what do you even do? Perfect. All the giants that have gone in here, they're just getting eradicated. All the giants really are just getting hit by immediate attrition before they can be effective anywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
that beautiful
That
mind bend.
Mindbender, easily the strongest unit in the game.
Hands down.
Hands
So,
down. Yeah.
uh, I can do all the damage and no damage all at once. Meanwhile, that economic gap just keeps growing. What, 70 stars out? Oh,
Yes. 69 stars.
yes, yeah. I mean, quite a difference. 73 now. So, I mean, a world of difference.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I don't think Viz has much he can do, and I mean, I feel like if you're gonna resign, this is about the point to resign.
Yeah. I mean, I always say he who controls the water controls the game.
That's
Because
absolutely,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think he resigned at this point.
I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, you've got the fleet, so you can bombard him from a distance. You control the invasion into his lands. You've got more customs houses. I mean, he tried to get some up. There's
Yeah, I could
one here.
D-Day onto him. Fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Tiknio was kind of a cursed city this entire game.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, not a curse
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. That city was so awesome for me. Loved it.
Yeah, perfect. The perfect little fortress here. I guess your own Constantinople.
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy.
Very nice. And yeah, the rest of this is just a nice, juicy little crawl. I mean, we don't know quite if Fizz has resigned just yet or not, but we do know for sure there's not a lot he can do to stop this. Um, I mean, just the income disparity alone. At this point, you're about to be at 100 stars per turn, 99, yeah, versus
Yeah,
46. Like, I don't know if there's nothing Viz can really do. He doesn't even have enough space to try and build up his own economy because he's been forced into the aggro hole just from the sheer ferocity of this onslaught.
yeah. I mean, you could try and go knights, but that would just be annoying. And I mean, in
It's
the end,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. With so many giants, your knight will just hit a dead end wall, right? And this is
yeah, that's
version
true.
51 where they're 10 stars a pop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the 10 stars.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a huge difference, but you only get 4 per turn, and if they're not doing anything.
yeah. I mean, they're useful when you like chain them, or sometimes when you just hit them. Hit them, hit the giant with them.
Yeah,
That time, I think they do 10 damage, but they get killed instantly. So
right. Yeah, it's like you're sending your stars into pure destructive power. You just hope it's worth the spend.
yeah, absolutely.
And
Oh,
then
and
another detail.
that
Yeah.
customs house in Chickneo, that was, I just love this city.
Yes, and then you finally got those whales. I know it just wasn't important, but it was satisfying getting those 20 stars out.
Yeah, we should have gotten aquatism, I feel, because I
Yeah,
mean, it wouldn't make much of a difference, but I guess Viz would have more of a fighting chance. He would have given me more of a
I was
run
gonna
for my
say,
money.
yeah, if he got aquatism up and I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Aquatism and like expanded the borders here, set up some ports. Like this could have been 6 cities pumping out just like defender boats that have aquatism to be meat shields,
Yeah,
and then you can turn them into ships as you go. I absolutely agree. He might have had a better chance if he'd been able to go that way. It sucks because he also kind of got shoehorned into a land focused combat with Detective Dumb and Yin, and that was where the reward was. Whereas,
yeah.
like,
I mean, he was surrounded by good players, so he had to invest in military. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's just roll the dice. Sometimes you really don't get any leeway there.
yeah. I mean, compared to him, I was quite lucky because I mean, Stranger too. He did resist me quite well, but he was being attacked by two sides, and Yin was just doommuxing. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that was quite a choice. Yeah, at this point, I feel like Viz is definitely resigned because
oh yeah,
I mean, I don't know what are you gonna do. Just pump out more? Yeah, a rider up here. He's definitely resigned at this point.
yeah, because I have two cities which are close to his capital, and I mean that's double the power which is coming to you.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah,
not much you can do, and you're at here at 120 stars. I mean, at no point during this game if you stop building up your economy turn after turn. You only build up more stars. And I'm looking at Ian or Viz. Sorry, like poor guy can't even keep up with his 45.
yeah. I,
Spiritualism, the true tech that gave you this game.
yes, yeah. I was about to lose, but then spiritualism, aka the best tech, just saved me.
Easy. You just plant trees and all of these, and then you chop them down, and you get the chop rush on demand. It's totally how that works. Totally.
Yes,
uh,
a good investment.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, any investment you want to make is going to work out, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have stars to just throw around.
Yeah.
I
That's
maybe I got the spiritualism just as a flex,
you might as well. Yeah. I mean, you're sitting on 200 stars here. It's like there's not really anything to spend on anymore. Uh, there we go. And I mean, I know we've only got a couple of turns left, but it was really once we saw like how close you were to Urbufla, that's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is just absolutely overwhelming. Nothing you can really do. You got a strong front line with range support and good melee units. Although I do see, and this gave me pause because it looked like Fizz for a second tried to set up a shield wall, but then the defenders started attacking, and I realized it definitely through bots.
Yeah. For once, we thought the bots were. We thought it was smart.
Yeah, maybe
So,
this thing's actually competent, and no, turns out it's just a brainless bot. And yep, at this point, there's just nothing the bot's gonna be able to do. They're gonna throw everything they've got at it, which is a couple of warriors. Oh, the bot didn't even do that. They're silly things. But I gotta say, that was quite a game. Really impressive
yeah.
turnaround, especially starting out surrounded by two Cymanti players. I mean, sure, bad spawn here, but I all the same, Detective Dumb also had a bad spawn. So it was two people with bad spawns in the bad place. I have to say, you definitely crushed Stranger 2 on this end. And I mean, I
Yeah, I
think
think
it's quite
Stranger 2 is what
accomplished.
won me the game. Is who won me the because if
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten his capital, um, I couldn't have expanded northwards, which also helped me quite a lot.
Yeah, this was a very lucrative area of your empire. First customs houses came up here, very big, lucrative ones. Ticknell, what you got from Stranger 2, that was big too. So, I
Yeah,
mean, here we are at the end of the game. We just got to enjoy that. I mean, check it. You beat Viz up here, the best player in the game, hands down. Detective Dumb, Stranger 2. These are some seriously good players overall. I mean, well won. I just got to say again, well won.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. This was really fun.
Yeah, it was a top-notch game.
Yeah.
Well, Polytopians, thanks as always for tuning in, and well, until next time, we will see you.